Swamini Namini Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayini Kaurakadamadaya Nagragramattarini Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Vaitagrada Shwashati Gaura Bhakta Vranda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayana Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Atam Jayamutiraye Nasta Pradeshu Abradeshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttamam Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nayastake. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
I would like to take to try my new sponsor. What is called mic. Somebody sent me, so I want to try today. So please tell me how. Is it the mic is very clear or how?
So far, it's very clear.
Is the mic clear?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Very clear. Very clear.
Yes.
Okay, then like this is clear.
Yeah.
No break, huh?
No break.
Oh, then good. So thank you for the sponsor today. Well, sponsor me this mic. You from the, I don't know, they say Lazada. I don't know how they get address. It's called CanDC. Thank you so much for your sponsorship, whoever the good soul, because the name is not mentioned. And today was, last week we have discussed about chapter 5 from canto 1 regarding the how the Narada visit then welcome by Vyasadev, and we have seen despondency of Vyasadev. Then after that, Vyasadev requests Narada of his defense, the defensive EF, and Narada diagnosed the defect that Vyasa have. And now today we are starting with the next new chapter that it say that the two category of literature materialist we're going to discuss about the bhakti is only valuable asset, and Vyasa should emphasize this. And the progress of bhakti is credit forever, no loss or even fall down. Instruction to Vyasa qualify a lot more weightily. So now we're going to discuss about so you all know the 9 process of the bhakti, the 9 limb from Sraddha. Anybody know about it? Any one of you know? Last times we discussed about this. Anyone remember that?
Yes, Prabhu.
So basically, it's a more on this detail where it could connect on the valuable of that bhakti, So we're going to see that. Okay, as usual, we started with this sloka. Naishkaramanya api achuta bhava vrijitam nasobita janam alam nirajanam kuta punyam saswatam abhadra ishvara nacharpitam karma yat api akaranam. Okay, the translation. Knowledge of self-realization, even though free from all material affinity, does not look well if devoid of a conception of infallible God. What then is the use of fruit activity which are naturally painful from very beginning and transit by nature, if the Lord are not utilized for the additional service of the Lord? Okay, now we have seen here, so though free from material affinity does not look well if a devoid of bhakti. So from the four Vedas, the Puranas, Mahabharatas basically is connected with Dharma, Artha and Kama and Moksha. So it is what Narada was saying. So Narada was instructing about the additional service now. So the next sloka, we're going to, any one of you want to read?
I can read, Prabhu.
Yeah, please.
Ato Mahabhaga Bhavan Amogadar Suchi Shrava Satyo Ratha Drista Vritha Guru Kram Masya Khila Banda Mukhyate Muktaye Samathina Ushumara Tat Visech Titam. O Vyasadeva, your vision is completely perfect. Your good fame is spotless. You are firm in vow and situated in truthfulness, and thus you can think of the pastimes of the Lord in trance for the liberations of the people in general from all material bondage. Hare Krishna.
Now Vyasa was, Narada, now saying the qualification of the auteurs. He said that you are, he said that you are the Amoga Mahabhaga. Mahabhaga means highly fortunate, and also Amogadirk. So when he say Amogadirk is referring to the perfect sphere. So you can see, and Suchisrava, where you are spotless fame, So then Satyorata, the truthfulness, and is a Dridha Vrita, where he firm in vow. And Akila Bandha Mukta means he was, he universally, for the, he was a care. We can see, those you can think of the Lord pastime in trance for liberation for everyone. So this how we can see. So Anusmara. So you are perfect on that. Vyasa. Now, actually, Narada, we can see that Narada start to instruct. First, Narada was pinpointing the mistake that in his writing. Now, to correct his writing, so Narada was instructing him that you need to, you can do. It's not you cannot, you can't do. You can do, and you need to you need to you can do it. This how Narada was we can see how Narada was what to say, that encouraging, or we say that you are qualified person, that you can do. This is encouraging to write Srimad Bhagavatam. This is how we can see. So then again, when we see near, Prabhupada was say that mundane literature normally for satisfaction of material sense, and thousands of literature all over the world, but no peace or tranquility. So normally we can see many newspapers there, and can we see the peace on that? Anybody read by that? Anyone of you read the newspaper, then become enlightened, and you say they want to fight? No. So we have many novels, many things. So therefore, Narada very compassion, So compassion of Sri Narada Rishi. So he said that you need to to do a revelation for the humankind. And Vyasadeva representative appear Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So then Prabhupada in his lecture, he said that you don't read in the first volume of Bhagavata, these are things are explained. You don't read in the first volume of Bhagavata, these things are explained. But I don't think you read all these things. Do you read? So if you don't read, then you will feel restless. Oh, let me go for Japan to India, from India to Japan. You are restless because you don't read. I am laboring so hard for you, but you don't take advantage. Don't take advantage of eating and sleeping. Take advantage of this book. Then your life will be successful. My duty, I given you valuable thing, day and night trying to convince you each word to word. And if you don't take advantage of this, then what I can do for you? So this is how Prabhupada say on his lectures. So then Why Prabhupada say that we need to read, Prabhupada is giving, very important in reading Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. So this how we can see. Then we can see the Vyasadeva for welfare activity. You need clear visions, and we can see Narada Muni certificate to Vyasadeva, where we say Amur. We have discussed this earlier. Where we say Amurdirk, Suchisrova, Satya, Rata, Dharavrta. This meditation cannot be done by ordinary person. Normally, ordinary person cannot. You can liberate all the conditioned soul. You can. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say, "Ek Krishna Tattva Vata say Guru Haya." And how he liberated Ukramanga Shila Bandha Mukta Samadhina Anusmaratat Visititam. So Urukrama Rashya means Uru means great and Krama means activity, Krama. Then Samadhina Anusmaratat Vishastitam. Akila Bandha Muktate for what? Not just for his own benefit, but for to the benefit the whole world. This how we can see the next word, in the verse of 13 where it said, Rukramangrash Bandha Mukta Samadhino Anusmaratat Vishetam. So this how the last part of this, the second sentence of these verses, meaning. And Prabhupada say, Akilasha Bandha Mukta Tam Anusmara Smrita Vanariyate. And again, Sridhar Swami give note here with that not only you meditate, but you preach. That will help your meditations. So this how we can see. The next one who are preaching is also in Samadhi because he's thinking of Krishna. Otherwise, how he can talk to Krishna if does not think of Krishna? Sridhar Swami give Tam Anusmara Smrita Vrinayata. Vrinayata means describe, also preach. That means we need to preach. Yes, how Bharata Bhumi Aile Manusa Janma Ara Janme Sarakarta Karikara Parobakar. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say that anyone who has taken birth on the land of Bharata Varsha, India, Janma Sartakari, just because yourself liberated, then make other liberated. This how we can see Prabhupada was empathizing on the preaching. And this is where how we can see Narada Muni preached the Vyasadeva. So Narada also won Vyasa to preach about the glories of the Lord. And next part, we can, again, I'm taking from Prabhupada lectures, where Prabhupada say, just like Narada Rishi is giving us a good literature, he is instructing Vyasadeva, gives this literature to the people. We are taking advantage of Srimad Bhagavatam. Are we not debtor? We go to school, college, and pay so much fee to the teacher. Are we not debtor to Vyasa and Narada? But we don't care for it. So, Achut Tejaya. If you become Krishna consciousness, naturally you will be try to propagate the teaching of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. That means you are paying. You have learned something from them and you are distributing the knowledge. That was their mission. If you keep it yourself, then you are simply debtor. You're not paying. So this is how Prabhupada was very empathizing on preaching. So this how we can see in this verse where Prabhupada was giving importance of preaching. This how we can see that you are perfect personality, you're very paka, you are saying, So then in the verse number 14, we can see description on disconnecting from the Lord in substance. So this how we are going to see this. So anyone of you want to read verse number 14, I will come.
Tatonyata kinchana yad vivaksata pratakdrisa tatrita rupa navi na karchitit kwapi cha dustita matir labheta vatahata nor ivas padam. Whatever you desire to describe that is separate in vision from the Lord simply reacts with different forms, names, and results to agitate the mind as the wind agitates a boat which has no resting place.
So this how Narada was saying, your this what you have done and disturbed in finding the real part of self-realization. So by reading these 4 Vedas or Puranas, Mahabharata, we can't find really the self-realization part. And it's actually, it end up in fruity activity, speculative knowledge, mystic power, and so and devotional service. So this how we can see, is disturbed in finding the real part No, this how we can see. Then this step in finding the real object of worship. Recommendation of worship of many demigods. We can see they say that you do this and you get this. So this how we can see now this how you have done. Just like if your ship is on the ocean and is being tossed by heavy wind, you cannot sit very nicely. This how, no? So then this is how the Mahabharata. And this is from verse of Bhagavad Gita 2.41. It says Vyasatmika Buddhir Eke Kurunandana Bahusaka E Antasyacha Buddha Vyasatmina. Those who are in on this path are resolute in purpose and their aim is one. O beloved child, the Guru, the intelligence of those who are in resolute in many branches. Normally we need to be in one aim and one object. Where when we have a many aim and object, we will be have a many branches where we won't reach the destiny. So this how Narada was telling that you need to be give one direction where you have given many directions where people might be confused. We can see now many people are confused. Am I right? What you all think?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, okay, thank you so much. So we can see this is the reason where they say you do this and many things. So this how Narada was instruct. Who have compiled these Vedas, who have compiled these Puranas, and who have compiled these Idihas? Whose work are these?
Srila Vyasadeva.
Pardon?
Srila Vyasadeva.
Whose work are these? Puranas, Vedas?
Vyasadeva.
Is it my questions clear?
Yes.
Vyasadeva, yes. So when Vyasadeva wrote and Vyasadeva now in maturity telling that this Srimad Bhagavatam Mahamuni Kriti Kim Para Ishvara, this how we have recite the second verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, right? And if you say that this is the ultimate truth, can we take others or we just take Srimad Bhagavatam enough in our spiritual life progress? What do you all think?
Just take
Is it in-
Srimad Bhagavatam as our
Pardon?
goal. Srimad Bhagavatam, Prabhu.
Yeah, can we Srimad Bhagavatam our goal? Can we take other Puranas? How about other Puranas?
Mm,
The
well,
Puranas can, Prabhu, but then Srimad Bhagavatam is a complete, Prabhu.
It's complete. Still, you give a chance to others also. So this is the verse. What do you all think? In this verse, our aim should be one, right? What do you all think about it? Please reflect.
yes.
Please just reflect in your life that you have Vyasa have written all these things and you all seeing the despondency of Vyasa. And he was really disturbed. And the reason of he writing Srimad Bhagavatam, you all know, right? You all know the reason why he wrote the Srimad Bhagavatam. It's very clear. The Puranas and Vedas is very clear why he do that and give task to his disciple to he done and giving them to carry on the lineage system. But now he still feel despondency. Why? Why you all think why?
Because
Until now you have studied now. Yeah, carry on.
because they are still some of them were still in the name of Vedas and the how do you say, the rituals they are performing, like the yagyas, they are actually killing instead of
Mhm.
I don't know, instead of
Okay, I don't want to make all of your life is suffering. So can you read this verse? This is the reason where we discuss on this. So any one of you want to chant this sloka and also the translation, I will come.
Jugupsitam dharma krite nusasata svabhavaraktasya mahan vyatikrama
Yat vakyato dharma iti tarastito na manyate tasya nivaranam jana. The people in general are naturally inclined to enjoy, and you have encouraged them in that way in the name of religion. This is verily condemned and is quite unreasonable because they are guided under your instructions. They will accept such activities in the name of religion and will hardly care for prohibitions.
So is it the answer's been answered now?
I don't get it.
Yes, Prabhu.
Sorry.
Srayu never get it. Can somebody of you explain what's happening here?
Okay, I'll try, Prabhu.
Yeah, please.
Okay, because the Vedas actually are telling us to do like karma yoga, so that we can reach Krishna. But they are using this to actually enjoy, and in the name of religion, and they are enjoying instead of actually realizing God.
Okay. Is it because earlier you mentioned Prabhu in the verse 8?
Yeah, please carry on.
Sorry, what? Is it because
I can't hear you clearly.
Oh, you can't hear me. Is it better now?
Yeah, better now.
Okay. Mataji, is it because in the 8th verse he also mentioned that Srimad Bhagavatam, all the previous Vedas were not returned to glorify the Lord? Is it because of that?
Not to say glorified, that means there was no devotional service there.
Okay.
Everything was like rituals. Correct, Prabhu?
Actually, it's not been broadcast. No, anyway, congratulations, you have tried something. You have not actually broadcast the sublime. No, they're not broadcast. There are something is there, but it's not really broadcast. So, can you read to make your life is easier? Can you read third paragraph where it says that in history like Mahabharata in this verse of 15?
The third paragraph here, Prabhu.
Yeah, in history like the Mahabharata, so you can get clear on
histories
this.
like the Mahabharata, of course, there are topics on transcendental subjects along with material topics. The Bhagavad Gita is there in the Mahabharata. The whole idea of the Mahabharata culminates in the ultimate instructions of the Bhagavad Gita, that one should relinquish all other engagements and should engage oneself solely and fully in surrendering onto the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna. But men with
and now this is very important part. Okay.
But men with materialistic tendencies are more attracted to the politics, economics, and philanthropic activities mentioned in the Mahabharata than the principal topic, namely the Bhagavad Gita. This compromising spirit of Vyasadeva is directly condemned by Narada, who advises him to directly proclaim that the prime necessity of human life is to realize one's eternal relation with the Lord and thus surrender unto him without delay.
Then what Prabhupada was saying, the next part you can continue, a patient.
Okay. A patient suffering from a particular type of malady is almost always inclined to accept eatables which are forbidden for him. The expert physician does not make any compromise with the patient by allowing him to take partially what he should not at all take. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is also said that a man attached to fruitive work should not be discouraged from his occupation, for gradually he may be elevated to the position of self-realization. This is sometimes applicable for those who are only dry empiric philosophers without spiritual realization. But those who are in the devotional line need not be always so advised.
So is it clear now?
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you so much. So now this is the natural inclination of to the Lord over as a soul jiva, because we desire, we want to lord over the material. And the purpose of human life is to actually to go back to Krishna. Go back we coming from, but we don't want. We plan for sense enjoyment in the name of religious function, where with great barrier for spiritual advancement, people will forget the purpose of religious activity. Example, like sacrificing animal, they're doing this, they're doing that egya to get a beautiful house, beautiful wife, good children, have a good education, many things them. And Mahabharata is actually is a compromising spirit is condemned by Narada. And Prabhupada is giving an example like patient and the physician. So this how we have seen. So this is the reason where we need to know that other Vedas or the Puranas is not necessary. And for preaching purpose, if you want to know, okay, but by knowing Srimad Bhagavatam, it's already sufficient. No need other literature. This is how we can see here. Narada's really, saying that, is condemning the work of Vyasa now. Then, verse number 16. Now, any one of you want to read? Sarojini Mataji, maybe you can try. I never seen you. I've chanted this verse.
Marty Uringa Prabhu. Okay, I'll try. Chaksano charhati vedi tum vibur ananta parasya nivrititaha sukham pravartamanshaya gunai anatmanas tato bhavan darshaya chestitam vibhoha. The Supreme Lord is unlimited. Only a very expert personality, retired from the activities of material happiness, deserves to understand this knowledge of spiritual values. Therefore, those who are not so well situated due to material attachment should be shown the ways of transcendental realization by your goodness, through descriptions of the transcendental activities of the Supreme Lord.
So now we can see how Narada's compassion again. He says that now you need to instruct. Now you need to instruct. Now you need to be shown mercy, because normally the people who are retired, where Ankichana Gochara, where they're really tired, they don't want anymore. Now this material life is really troublesome. No, so in that state only the people can come. How about those who want to enjoy? So kindly, that you're asking. Theology subject is difficult normally. Can be understood only by those who retired from material activity and material happiness. Act like medicine. So this is the reason where he says that you need to give. You need to give. This how this how Narada was saying that you need to give this in order to save the people in general. So now in verse number 17, where we going to go another. Now Bhakti is the only valuable asset we have discussed. Now progress of Bhakti is credit forever. So that means the Bhakti is always credited forever. This is how we're going to see this sloka. And all the while we have discussed about why Narada despondency, because he never speak about Supreme Lord. And after why the Supreme Lord is very important to speak. Did you all remember the 6th question of the sages?
Yes, the first question, right?
Yes, what the first questions?
First question, coming Prabhu.
What is the ultimate good of people in general?
What is ultimate good? Then what is second?
Please explain the essence of all of the scripture for everyone's satisfaction.
Okay, what is both answer? Can you precise in your sentence?
The essence of all the scripture is to serve the Lord, is to satisfy the Lord, to glorify the Lord.
This is the essence. How about what is about ultimate good for the people?
Question. Ultimate good of people. Wait, I know. We have done this.
I think every one of you know.
The ultimate good of people is to serve the Lord. No?
To surrender to the God.
Yeah, normally the ultimate good for the people is to understand the Supreme Lord, the Bhakti normally. This how, pardon?
Is it unmotivated and uninterrupted service to the Lord?
Yeah, yes, you're right. Tavai pumsam paro dharma eto bhakti aituki. It should be unmotivated. So this is the answer, where people need to do a unmotivated devotion service to the Lord. Why? Why? Any guess why?
So that they will achieve the ultimate goal of life.
Okay, ultimate goal of life. Okay, any please guess, don't worry, can speculate.
Is it not trapped by Maya?
Okay, yes, you're right. Anything else? Any others? Today Sam Sharan Prabhu are very silent. How about Sarojini Mataji, Bindya silent also? And I think who's in the groups? Jaya Mataji? I don't know whether she's driving or not.
Your question, sorry, bro. Your question was why is it uninterrupted and unmotivated, is it?
Why we should do that? Yeah. Why not the materialist occupations? Why only devotional service?
Because because we are eternal servant of Krishna.
Yes, you're right. Very good. How about you, Sham Sharan Prabhu?
To be responsible in our love for God, because
Love for God. Yes, you're right. Yes, because bro.
Because we have to be to be straightful and respectful in whatever we pray for or we say our opinion to.
Okay. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
So how about Jaya Mataji? Hare Krishna. Thank you, Sham, so much, Sham Sharan Prabhu. How about Jaya Mataji? What do you think about it? What is your opinion on it?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, totally surrender.
Yes, Mataji.
To surrender, Prabhu.
Totally surrender. Okay.
Saranagati.
To surrender. Okay. Why? This is my question. Why bhakti is why we need to do that? To get a saranagati, to get a yeah.
I don't know whether the word really, applies for this, Prabhu. The word
Okay, anyway.
but I know it's surrender to God, la, Prabhu.
Okay, surrender to God. Okay, Bindya Mataji. Thank you so much, Jaya Mataji. How about you, Bindya Mataji? Today you're so silent. Oh, Vasudeva Prabhu is also there. What about your opinion, Vasudeva Prabhu?
No. Prabhu is not in, Prabhu.
Oh, I thought it's there. Okay, anyway.
No, he is
How
in the
about you,
Tamil class.
Oh, in Tamil class. Okay. How about you, Bindya Mataji?
What is the question again, Prabhu? I'm so sorry, my brain is too tired today.
Went around, so he also got confused. What's the question?
This is the reason why I'm trying to bring back. So why the bhakti? No, why is ultimate good for people? Why?
I think that's the only way to go back to Krishna, back to God.
Okay. To make your life, all of your life easier. So can you, all of you, meditate on this verse where the answer is in front of you all. Just meditate. Vikta swadharma charanambujamari bhajana pakko atatpate tato yati yatra kova bhatram adbhudamushyakim kovarta abdo bhajanti swadharmataha. So again, all of you can chant together with me. Vekta swadharma charana bhujamari
Sarva dharmam charana bhujam hare.
bhajana abbako atatpate tato yati.
Bhajana apapto apapate tato yati.
Yatra akva bhatram abhudamu sakim ko varta apto bhajantam swadharmataha.
Ko varta bhajantam swadharmataha.
Why it's ultimate good for the people is been answered here. So this is the reason I say sometimes we all need to wait, because everything's linked. Because we never get a clear picture. We know that to do Savai Pumso Parodra, because it's a devotional service, yes, we understood why. So it's been explained more detail in this verse. So any one of you want to read this translation, I welcome.
Hare Krishna. One who has forsaken his material occupations to engage in the devotional service of the Lord may sometimes fall down while in an immature stage. Yet there is no danger of his being unsuccessful. On the other hand, a non-devotee, though fully engaged in occupational duties, does not gain anything. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, let me meditate on this. So any one of you want to read what Prabhupada say on this, really? So let me see in a lecture, then after that let me meditate after we discuss this, and maybe you all can give your view on this sloka. Okay, any one of you want to read? I will come.
So,
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
suppose next life a Brahmana falls down. He takes to Krishna consciousness. Neither he executes the Brahmanical duties, nor he could prosecute Krishna consciousness to perfection. Still, Narada Muni says there is no loss. There is no loss. Yatra kwa va nicha yoni api amushya abhadra abudkim. Now, if the Brahmana, by not executing his prescribed duties, he becomes a Sudra next life. He takes birth in a Sudra family or lower than Sudra family. So Narada Muni says, what is the loss there? Because Krishna consciousness is so nice that it will not leave the person who has once taken to Krishna consciousness. It will revive even in that lower status of life. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Let we meditate on this verse on Bhagavad Gita as well. Then we discuss on this. Okay. There are no losses or demolitions. Okay. Nibikrama naso aseti pratyo vayuna vidyate swa alpam api asya dharmashyaha triyate mahato bayat. In this endeavor, there are no losses or demolitions. And a little advancement on this part can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. Let's reflect. If you all remember that any personality have performed its devotional service, and he failed, and he started back. Any of you have remember the history or the pastime, any pastime that you all can remember, any personality that it linked in your memory, any personality that come in your memory that he have practiced a devotional service, then he failed, and again he started back.
From the Shastra?
Anyone? Yes, from the Shastra viewpoint that you all can remember. I give example, Gajendra. Where Gajendra previously was Indranuma, King Indranuma, because he's offended toward Agastya, you've been cursed, you're so ego, no? And you take birth as a Gajendra, as elephant, because you're so ego. So then you take birth as an elephant, but you still remember the Lord. Am I right? So have you remember any pastime like this?
Jada Bharati.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, Jada Bharata. Can you, what you can reflect on Jada Bharata's story?
He was so on the deer after once he retired to the forest. He was so attached to the deer. So once he died, he became a deer. Then because of his devotional service, he has the remembrance of he has been reminded and remembrance by Krishna that he is not supposed to do not supposed to go back to the back whatever he should it. So with his remembrance of the past life, so he tried to go into the right path. So he just become like just be silent and practice his devotional service. The next.
Thank you so much, bro. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Anybody of Gajendra? Is it all of you say yes? We want to say Jada, but delegation, Prabhu, take. Look like Sarojini Mataji want to pinpoint the same thing. Other than that,
no. How about the Ajamila, Prabhu?
Ajamil.
That's not in from the.
No. Ajamil is not taking a second birth, but is given a second chance. Also can be considered, yes. Because now sometimes we might be see devotee practicing suddenly because of the attachment to the material things, sometimes of the desire, the tendency of, because sometimes you can see they have fall in love with the girls, or fall, they want some kind of material opulence, or for the family affection, and you can see many Prabhupada disciples as well, where they come back. There are no losses or diminution, will start back. And we have seen many where we can see the real example sometimes where when they want to end of the life, or they want to die. So that time we can see that that they what to say that that they forget Krishna. So then Krishna in Varaha Puranam, when the Lord say that Yati Vatadi Doshina Madbhakto Mamna Chat Smarti Aham Smarami Madbhakta Nayami Paramakatim. That means if my devotee is unable to remember me at the time of that because of disturbance, fell within the body at the time, then I should remember my devotee, then take him back to my Supreme Adab. This how the Varaha Purana was stated. So we can see there are no losses or diminutions on the spiritual life. No, but they will continue back where they stop. Okay, now let me reflect. Let's say I'm anyone the rich now, the current richest man in the world?
No, Prabhu.
Any richest man in the world that you all know?
Warren Buffett.
Pardon?
Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett.
Yes.
Wow, his name is Buffet, huh? With the food, huh?
Oh, but Prabhu, I wanted to say something for the previous one. What was the name? Nalakuvara and Manigriva.
Yes.
The
Nalakira Manikira. In what sense, huh, Sarayu Mataji?
Bindya Mataji will explain it. What sense? No, I thought
they offended Narad Muni.
But they got second chance. What? They
were delivered by Krishna.
They were still delivered? I don't
know. They're delivered, but they never perform additional service. Oh. Where this is the mercy of the devotee. Even you're not qualified, the devotee will make you to qualified,
Oh.
This is the mercy of the devotee. This is actually, it's glorify the best quality of Narada Muni.
Okay.
They was they intoxicated, Talakura and Manikura.
Yes.
And they was in a pond, no, where the pond need to be respected. And Narada was passed by. And Narada say, oh, you don't have, you don't know how to respect the senior. Just don't think this is coming from our father only, our parents only have, this already started in time memorial, Narada also have gone through. Oh, you don't know how to respect me? I'm a big man, Then he says that, okay, let me curse you because you don't have a shyness of, you don't know, you don't shy. The three also don't know shy. Let you become a tree. So this is the reason you can see many trees are now people are coming nowadays, because people are no shy, so they will take bird as a tree. So they take bird as tree, Arjuna tree, and devotee whatever they do is always is benefited for Dharma, actually in other sense. So then actually the Narada they're begging, and Narada say, okay, don't worry, the Lord will come. So now the curse, is it a benediction or really a benediction or really is a troublesome? What do you all think? Let's reflect on this past time since Rayu Mataji brought. So what do you think about it?
Benediction, according to Vidya Mataji. It's a benediction.
A benediction. So okay, thank you so much. Yeah, it's really benediction. It's not curse actually. It's to get Krishna is difficult. This is where we have seen a nice song. Say, hey, Krishna, hey Vaishnava Thakura, Krishna say tumara. Oh, Vaishnava Thakura, Krishna say, Ami tu Kangala. I don't have anything, but if you think you can give Krishna to me, so please, this how the praises go. Anyway, come to the point here. So in this point, in this connection, Alakira and Manikira is mercy of the devotee where they're not found. Sorry, Sarayu Mataji, you always eat 100 mark. Today CGP is -1.
It's okay,
0.1.
It's okay.
Huh?
It is +1 in the karma.
Okay, okay, because there are no losses or demolition, there are no minus there. You are still 4 flat. Is it okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay, let's see. Go now. Okay, now what's this William buffet?
Oh,
You all remember who's this William Buffet or William Buffet?
Warren.
Warren Buffett.
Oh, Warren Buffet. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
Warren Buffet. We need to warren the buffet. Let's get a Warren and we get the buffet. Anyway, okay, Warren Buffet. Okay, let's see the Warren Buffet. Then I left the body. I'm just give you an example analogy.
Okay.
And I left the body and come back. Can I claim back what I have done?
No. No.
Why no?
Because you left.
Why no?
That's your body. Your body, if your body is gone, you don't have any value actually in the material world.
Yeah. Yes, thank you so much. This is the reason where Narada say that, Swadharmataha, Tvekta Swadharma Charana Mujamari. You're doing your own duty perfectly. What use of that? What use actually? End of the day, it's going to lose, it's going to demolished. So therefore, the devotional service is the best. But you never touch about it. Where you already confuse the people. So now you're going to say, again, you glorify, you say that Tasya yato priyat yeta kovidaha na labite yat brahmati upriyadam ta labite dukkat ananda sukam kalina sarvata gambira ramsaha. So now you're going to say that, any one of you want to read the translation, I will come.
Hare Krishna. Persons who are actually intelligent and philosophically inclined should endeavor only for that purposeful end, which is not obtainable even by wandering from the topmost planet, Brahmaloka, down to the lowest planet, Patala. As far as happiness derived from sense enjoyment is concerned, it can be obtained automatically in course of time, just as in course of time we obtain miseries, even though we don't desire them. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. So now, there are various programs for sense enjoyment actually. Why work for material happiness? It already is set up. Devina Devinetrina Karmana. Dukkhalyasasam This material world is dukkhalayam. Intelligence should intelligence should endeavor for what is internal. Chaitanya Charitamrita also say that Daiviti Badras Kali Samana. And what can any one of you read what Prabhupada say in his lectures?
I can read that. Don't bother yourself to make yourself happy by working day.
Yeah, please, why not?
Without trying for Krishna consciousness. This is simply waste of time. There is no question of happiness in the material world. If you actually want to be happy, Ananda Mayo, Vayasat, Vedanta Sutra 1.1.12, if you want to be placed in real happiness, that is Krishna consciousness. Tas yaiva hito rachai etatha vido na lakhyate. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.1.8. Hare Krishna.
So this Prabhupada saying that we were simply wasting our time working day and night, engaging in Ukra Karma work, where without trying to please Krishna, without pleasing or at Krishna, and that is simply waste of time. Where we can see in Ananda Mayo Bhasha, this Vedanta Sutra, saying that if you want real happiness, Krishna conscious is the real happiness. That's how Prabhupada is saying. So, and by this, and Prabhupada more establishing the next, he said that, then Vyasa is going to, again, Narada is establishing, say that even they're doing perfect on this, end up they're going to Brahma Loka or Patala Loka. But what use of they going to Brahma Loka or Patala Loka is this material world somehow going to end. By doing a perfect of their duty, they're going to get, but what use? You again misguide them. Never give them Krishna consciousness where it's really going to doing a revolution for them. So any one of you want to read this verse and the sloka, welcome.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Na vai jano jatu katan chana brajan mugunda sevi anyavad anga substream smaran mugundangri upakutanam punar vihatum ichen na rasa graho janam. My dear Vyasa, even though a devotee of Lord Krishna sometimes falls down somehow or other, he certainly does not undergo material existence like others, fruity workers, etc. Because a person who has once relished the taste of the lotus feet of Lord can do nothing but remember the ecstasy again and again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Now in Srimad Bhagavatam, in Nectar of Devotions, we have discussed this, the second wave, where we have seen that Anubhava, Vaibhava, Anubhava, then Stavi Bhava, and also Staki Bhava. And there's a 5 of rasa, how one can feel this, this mellow and emotions to the Lord. Where once they taste this Anubhava, this Vaibhava, where we can see about the emotions on the Lord, and not only emotions, also we can see many things where there are the 5 things that include the stimulate, then by stimulate where they experienced the emotions or the rasa, the mellow of the Lord. So when they have taste, they don't have a taste to taste other things. They'll start again, they'll go back. And practically many we can see in the life that sometimes they might be misguided and left to Krishna consciousness, they will come back. We have seen many devotees where go and they will come back. This is how. The devotee can never be equated to karmis. Once they taste the holy name of the Lord, they will come back. Somehow they will come back. Maybe this life or previous life, or somehow they will connect and come back. The neophyte devotees sometimes want to imitate karmis. So sometimes they want a devotee in a rasa graha, uninterested in a material enjoyment. Example, oat sugar cane, This how Prabhupada was saying that, api chet sudarcharo bhajanti mam anyabat sadur eva samanyatva samayak vashishto esa. Even if one commit the most abnormal action, if he engaged in devotional service, is not, he is to be considered saintly person because he's properly situated in his examination. Sometimes don't take it for granted and do the mistake. Oh, no problem. So don't miss application this. When it's not they want to do, but the nature, you can see the nature of make them, the nature of the make them fall again into this. And because of their desire, we have seen 21 of anarthas, when the anarthas came, and one of the anarthas is Tatakasur. Tatakasur is every load of karma. So sometimes the every load of karma can have the nature tendency to do again, to fall again. This is how the devotee fall again and again in this pool. Sometimes we can see Brahma have also doing some, some devotees sometimes have, doing abnormal sin, the great personality, because it's not they want to do, because the nature they have gone through in previous life, that it carry them up. So this how we can see, this how. And in verse number 31, he says that Kishipa Param Bhavanti Dharmataha Satsva Chatim Nikachati Kaundya Prijana Name Bhakta Prashanti. So again, when he fall, when he come to the sense, he quickly become righteous and attain lasting peace. O son Kundi declare it boldly that my devotee never preach. This is how the devotee, they know they will come back to their positions. They know that they have done wrong and they will come back again. So this is the reason where the devotee, now they know they have done, not this is their habit, but they have fallen and again they will come. Sometimes they're trying, they're sincerely trying. So therefore, this is not our business. When we see some devotee fall, and we need to actually pray for our sins so that we also not fall, because Maya is so strong. And any one of you want to read this lectures, welcome. Who's that? Welcome. Please read. Sarojini Mataji, or Bindya Mataji, Sarayu Mataji, any one of you.
Okay, Prabhu, I'll read. Srila Prabhupada's lecture. One who has chanted Hare Krishna, he cannot give up, cannot give it up. He has to come again, this life or next life. Krishna will not leave him. Krishna, one surrenders sincerely. Krishna, I'm yours. Krishna will never leave him. He will protect you. But if he had become a little stronger, then there is no question of falling down. Rasagra rasena grehate vasi kriyate. Krishna, vashi kriyate. Vashi kriyate means hypnotized. It is so nice that one becomes hypnotized. Otherwise, why the boys are working so hard? They are laughter. They are all qualified. They can earn money outside. In your country, sufficient money is paid for work, but they are hypnotized here. Thank you, Prabhu.
You know what Prabhupada trying to say here? You all know what's Prabhupada trying to say here? It's about the pastime, the boys, the youths are joining to Srila Prabhupada movement, and where they sacrifice their life. So Prabhupada say they've been hypnotized, like we, our life, can you all devotee, right? If I ask you all to give up to Krishna, I want to give you the kingdom of this material world, and ask you to give up the Krishna consciousness or to worship Krishna, what your reply will be?
I do not want the kingdom, Prabhu.
You do want the kingdom, okay. How about others?
No.
No. Okay.
Sarai Mataji wants to answer.
No, Prabhu, no. I don't want to answer.
Sarayu Mataji will answer. I will take the money and use for Krishna consciousness.
Yes, correct.
Doesn't sound like that.
We shall consider both.
Be conscious, Prabhu.
Okay. This sometimes devotees, they cannot, Yeah, they cannot. Once they taste the holy name of the Lord, they cannot. They cannot. Now somehow, now once once they chant, somehow they have inclined to chant back. Like today, today I never chant. At least try one. Like in the beginning, to chant 16 rounds is very difficult. Once you start to chant 1 year, then one day you mix, you really like, you don't have a time to do your round, then you can't sleep. When you need to finish your round, then only you do. This is what I have experienced. So just sharing my experience. So like that, so once you taste, once I remember, what happened, I got, I have some, I don't happy with the management, all this thing, or I have some money crisis, then I need to go and work. When I left, I joined and I left. Luckily, I never was from the time, so I left. And just 3 months, I couldn't, tolerate. I couldn't take it anymore. I just give up. Then immediately I tender my resign and join back. And now I'm here, 12 years. So like that, so
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol.
so like that, so you all also will enjoy the same thing, my prayers.
I think the last bird, Prabhu, you have left it somewhere and now you come and join back.
Again, using philosophy to me. Okay, verse number 20 anyway. Okay, verse number 21, please. So, verse number 20.
Idam hi vishwam bhagavan ivetaro yato jagat sthana nirodha sambhava tadhi swayam veda bhavam tathapite pradesha matram bhavata pradarsitam. The Supreme Lord Personality of Godhead is himself this cosmos and still he is aloof from it. From him only has this cosmic manifestation emanated, and in him it rests, and unto him it enters after annihilation. Your good self knows all about this. I have given only a synopsis.
So now, Narada say, you know this, but you never mentioned that. Why never give a credit to the creator of this? We accept this matter as all in all, and we are separated from the Lord. Both pure devotee perceive the Lord as both in his personal and impersonal. So this how, and he say that now, verse number 21. Yeah, please.
Om atmanatmanam avehi amogadrik parasya pumsa paramatmana kalam ajam prajatham jagatha sivayuthan mahanubhava vyu dayo diganyatam. Your goodness has perfect vision. You yourself can know the super soul personality of Godhead because you are present as the plenary portions of the Lord. Although you are birthless, you have appeared on this earth for the well-being of all people. Please, therefore, describe the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, more vividly. Hare Krishna.
This is how Srimad Bhagavatam start to narrate it. So now we can see, so that the purpose of birth of Vyasa is empowered plenary portion of incarnation to deliver the fallen soul who was separated from the loving devotions to the Lord. So this, then Vyasa is essence of the spiritual master of the everyone, teaching by own conduct, he accepts spiritual master. Now, the last verse for today, where idam e pumsam tapasya turutasya va sivatasya sukhatasya cha buddhidatyo avichuto ratha kavibar nirpato yat uttamam sulokir gunarnu varnanam. Learned circle have positive conclude that the ineffable purpose of the advancement of knowledge, namely austerity, study of the Vedas, sacrifice, chanting the hymns, and charity, culminate in the transcendent description of the Lord, who is the divine is the choice of poetry. So this how it should be. So virtuous deed, sacrifice, charity, and austerity, and study are all men gradually to lead one Lord and his service, and not for pious enjoyment. Gradually method is unsatisfactory as it is encourage self-centered pleasure. Confusing few people will only understand it. Pious credit not enough to break attraction to the mundane enjoy possible in Krishna Katha. So this is a verse from Bhagavad Gita. Vedeshu yajna tapashu chaiva denishu yat punyam palam prisistam atyati yat sarvam idam vadita yogim paramstam upadichatyam. The person who accepts the part of spiritual service is not bad of the result right from studying the Vedas, performing sacrifice, undergoing authority, giving charity, or pursuing philosophy or pretty activity. Simply, Sarojini Mataji,
Yes, Prabhu.
listen this carefully. Simply by performing devotional service, he attained all this, and he reached the supreme internal abode. So this is a summary, and we have come to the conclusion where the next we're going to speak about an Narada Muni pastime next week, where Narada going to give example in his life. So sometime when we preach, we need to give example of the Acharya and our own self. Sometime when we speak, we need to speak about the Prabhupada from the Shastra, Guru Sadhu Shastras. Now, and Narada, we can see how Narada has already given in a Shastras. Then he also quote from the sadhus. Now he going to give example on his lifetime. So what's happened in his lifetime? So this how next we're going to come. This is the next sections. There any question for these sections?
I have
Okay. Go ahead.
no. You go first, please, Prabhu.
Don't fight, otherwise both of you forget the questions,
Go ahead, Prabhu.
Okay, I'll go first. Prabhu, I have just need some clarifications. You see, this material world, of course, because of the our desire, we came to this material world. And we came to this material after go through this Srimad Bhagavatam, we understand that the material is basically just we took this birth just to fulfill just to get rid of our good deed and bad deeds, so that we can go back to Godhead, go back to our real home that we realize now actually after going through this Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam right now. But a small short clarification that I need to know. Why not? I mean, even though we understand all these things, that we know that we have to go back, the way also is already shown, but the same times, why not we make use of this material world, that whatever that is necessary to fulfill whatever that the desire that we had and things like that. I mean, while we are practicing our devotional service. Or is that or do you think that we might, in case if we focus too much on the material, also we will be fall back again, things like that? Or maybe if you can clarify on this, Prabhu.
Okay. First, you need to understand in a activity of devotional service, there are no activity. Even if perform, it's not considered as a karma. It's considered a karma where it will not include as a karma first. So then if you have passed my classes past 2 weeks in a Friday, if you attend, I explain about the karma and I explain about how the vikarma and the karma, why bad things happen to the good people, are explaining why we fall, the cycle about sanchita and prabdha. If you there, you know basically where the soul, as long as a desire, they are still entrapped in a karma. But you need to be desireless. So the only desireless is to desire the Supreme Lord, or the Krishna. So they say anashakta savisavan nirbandhana Krishna sambandha yukta varak muchate. That means the devotee will make use everything in a service of the Lord. We never stop, we never criticize the material world, but we make use everything in the service of the Lord. I have a computer now, I have a Zoom, I have the devotees donated me, I use this Zoom, I pay this Zoom, and I'm giving class in this. So this is in a service of the Lord. So the same thing you're going to do in a spiritual world where you're serving the Lord. So in a material world, you are doing the same thing, even you're doing in a spiritual world. But this is considered as akarma. So therefore, you need a proper guide that you use everything in the service of the Lord. Even you have a family man, even you get the children's in a service of the Lord, also consider that also it's also service to the Lord. So this is a reason where everything, if you connect it with a devotional service, it's not wrong, but our aim should be go back to Krishna. This is our aim, and our lives to be centered in Krishna. We never stop you to use any gadgets. So we never stop you. You can use, but in a service of the Lord. You can buy a luxury car if you are working nicely. Then you can drove to the temple. You can take sannyas. You can drove the deities. Even Prabhupada is using the big car. What's the name of the car Prabhupada used? Once the reporter asked him, Prabhupada said, I want to get more bigger. So it's not wrong in a service of the Lord. It's you, how you want to engage in a service of the Lord.
So the important things, you always be attached with detached.
Yes, attached with detached, attached to Krishna, but detached from the material. You're right. Action, but in actions.
Okay.
Thank you so much, bro. Yes, Sarojini Mataji.
Yeah, Prabhu. I just want to know. Vyasadeva actually compiled, not compiled, he separated the Vedas.
Is the purpose of his incarnation. This is what we have concluded now.
Yeah. My question is, why didn't he start off with Srimad Bhagavatam instead of the Vedas?
If we start with Srimad Bhagavatam first, then you won't value Srimad Bhagavatam. You won't value Srimad Bhagavatam if you start Srimad Bhagavatam. And the second, in chapter 7, verse number 21, the Lord has already given an independence for the Lord, for the soul. So the Lord created this material world for the soul, actually. So the Lord's given the independence to the soul to enjoy. So this is the reason. So the Lord's giving again a chance for the soul. So the Lord never interfere in the independency of the Lord. Independency of the soul. Otherwise, why the meaning of independency there? So the Lord don't want to interfere in independency of the soul. Therefore, the Lord very mercifully giving a many chance, akarma vikarma, so where he says that akarma sarvakama mokshakama udarena tiruna bhakti yutta purusha param. At least they go through this Vedas process, they can come. This one of the reason. At least they can elevate it and they get purified and purified and purified and purified and purified and purified. At least they can come to me.
Okay. Thank you, Guru.
Is it answer your questions, Mataji?
Okay, Guru.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. So any other questions? Okay, there are no questions. Kridat Srimad Bhagavatam ki?
Okay.
Prabhupada ki? Nitai Gaura Premanand Hari Hari Bol.